What is up, guys? It is the Fighters Replay. My name is Kay. This is Rob. And today we are getting into UFC 301 Brazil, baby. Let's go. Let's go. A lot of people are counting out this card. I mean, a lot of people, 300 was amazing and great. And to follow it up, a lot of people have been giving it a lot of shit. And so today, we're just going to talk about why it's not.
But I guarantee you this one's still going to have some amazing fights, and we're here to tell you why. Starting with the very first fight, we have Michel Pereira in the middleweight division going against Ihor Potieria.
Michel Pereira, he's just so electric, man. I mean, it's hard to say. Ihor's been a little back and forth. We haven't been able to see a lot of definitive things from Ihor. Michel's coming off of a 7-fight win streak. Like, that's going to be tough to stop. And I don't know if Ihor is going to be that guy. But Ihor also has the fire under his butt, and he definitely can't be counted out. Michel definitely has to take this serious.
That's the hometown advantage. He's coming off, some amazing performances now that he's not cutting weight, now that he's at the middleweight division. But Ihor Potieria is definitely not somebody that can be counted out. He hasn't necessarily been, showing that consistency at his level, but he's always in these fights, making them grimy, making them dirty, utilizing his dirty grappling. So Michel definitely has to work. Michel definitely has to make sure he doesn't, go in thinking that he's just gonna run over this dude. Ihor Potieria is a real fighter, and honestly, it's gonna be a very exciting fight. But honestly, you know what fight I am most excited for? Well, I won't say most excited for. A fight I'm really excited for. We have Vitor Petrino versus Anthony Lionheart Smith in the light heavyweight division. This one is a true toss-up. We were literally discussing this and who we thought we were going to win. We were discussing the entire card. And we just decided, why are we even going to try to make a pick? This is literally too difficult. So we want you guys to decide and let us know in the comments what you think. Vitor Petrino is 4-0 in the UFCs. He came from Dana White's Contender Series. He has looked on fire. He has looked hot. His grappling is looking improved every time we see him. And even when it's not looking the best, the dude is such an athletic freak that the technique doesn't even matter as much. And the striking is looking clean. He's not afraid to throw hands with anybody. Anthony Smith, I wouldn't say that he's slowing down. I feel like that might be a bit of an overjudgment from what people are saying. I feel like this fight is truly going to be the test on if Anthony Smith is slowing down or not. Vitor is going to be having a lot on his side. He's going to have the home crowd. He has the youth. Anthony Smith, he's got that old dog. He's got that dog in him. He's the vet, and he wants to show why he's still, at the top. He was offended that Vitor Petrino called him out. I'm not going to let nobody, you can't let nobody call you out like that. I know he's going to come with a fire, so honestly, it's a toss-up for me.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Smith, he's just so decorated. He's been in the game so much longer and up against, the highest of competition that there is in the world. And this is really just a classic vet versus prospect match. And it's really going to define both of their careers and where they stand. Is Vitor really that guy? Is Anthony Smith slowing down? This fight is really going to tell a lot for both of these fighters. And I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a really close fight. I really don't know. I can see arguments on both sides, really. So that one's really tough. The next one, though, we got Paul Craig versus Kyle Borahall. I mean, Paul Craig's been looking, he's been looking, pretty big for the middleweight division. But Kyle Borahall, man, he's another athletic freak. He is very fit in tune, and his strength has definitely shown in his fights. This one's going to be tough. Paul Craig has also faced just higher level opponents, but Kyle is really there in the fight, and he's always has a response for everything.
Yeah, man, this fight, I'd say one thing that really interests me is that, both of them are known for being pretty fucking good grapplers. So I'm very interested to see how this fight looks on the feet. Right now, going on what we have, I would say that Paul Craig might be a little bit better on the feet, but we haven't really seen much of that from Kai Barral. So I really can't wait. You know, we're gonna see improvements because you got to remember Kai is also really young. Paul Craig is also, you know, he's way more vetted, like we said. But you know, this is Borjal's time to try to prove something to us, man. I can't wait. I think I think he's gonna be something special in the UFC.
No, absolutely. I mean, he's on a 7-fight win streak, 5-0 in the UFC. He's definitely on the right path, but you know, Paul Craig is so far going to be the biggest mountain for him to climb.
And if he can climb that mountain, then good Lord knows that a lot of more mountains open up for him after that.
Absolutely. I mean, a whole valley.
Absolutely, man.
In the co-main event, though, we have the king himself, the former champ, the very legendary Hall of Famer, Jose Aldo, returning against Jonathan Martinez. Jonathan Martinez, dude, he's a beast. He's definitely proven his weight in the bantamweight division. He's there. He's going to give a lot of issues for Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo, even since retiring, he's stayed active. He's been boxing and stuff. But is that going to be able to translate into MMA? You know, is he going to look as fast and as fresh as, you know, Jonathan Martinez probably is? Or will the pressure of being in enemy territory against one of the former champions, one of the controversially probably one of the best to ever do it. I mean, really, it's going to be a toss-up. It's going to be really who shows up that night. But also those leg kicks, man. Those leg kicks.
Leg kicks are a big weapon that Jonathan Martinez has that I'm worried for Otto. But at the same time, Otto also has that same weapon, you know, as he was known to do a lot in the past. I'm not sure why he's turned away from it, but we'll see. We really got to just see what version of Jose Aldo we get on UFC 301.
That's the perfect co-main event, though.
It's a great co-main event.
What's even better is the main event. Pantoja versus Usyk. I mean, if there was ever a dude to pull an upset, I feel like it would be an Australian named Steve. He's still very fresh in the UFC, and that's going to be, you know, tough to tell. You know, he's going up against a champion who has run through the whole division, you know, and very definitively as well. Pantoja has made his way, but Pantoja doesn't really know much about this guy. I mean, we've seen, you know, his last 3 fights were very successful. Even, you know, before he entered in the UFC, he had a very successful professional career, but he is not as experienced as Pantoja is, and especially when it comes to the higher level of competition.
And no kidding, man. And yeah, Steve Usyk has looked pretty great off of his performance, but he needs to come in there expecting a war because, man, Pantoja he will not let you run over him. That brother is going to come after you. Yes. That dude gets at people, man.
His cardio better be top tier for Pantoja.
Right, top tier. Because if the cards truly play right, you know, for the skills that both these mixed martial artists have, you know, Steve Usyk, his boxing, his ability to scramble, Pantoja's ability to scramble, his heavy hands. This honestly is probably going to be the fight of the night, in my opinion. I was thinking that it was going to be Anthony Smith versus Petrino, but when I really think about it, these are 2 flyweights in the main event, dude. They always scrap. Flyweights always put on entertaining ass fights, crazy scrambles. Honestly, I was excited before, but after discussing this, dude, I'm even fucking more than really excited. I'm more excited just recording the damn video, bro. This fight's gonna be insane. Wow. An Australian man named Steve. His name is Steve. Oh my gosh. You know who else's name was Steve? Steve Irwin. And he's from Australia. Bro, this is gonna be crazy. Y'all don't know what's coming, bro. I am telling you, y'all better prepare to watch for war. Thank you guys for joining us, man. I'm so excited for what's to come in the future, man, and we hope you guys can enjoy this ride with us because it's only gonna get better.
Hey, it's just all a startup, so be sure to follow the journey, man. We can't wait for it. You guys stay tuned, and we'll catch y'all on the other side. Peace.
You can't break me, I got iron bones. My ground game will leave your mind blown. I'm ready to fight in any time zone. I'm the greatest, you can call me John Jones. Knocking clowns out like I'm Steve Pay. We can even fight on the freeway. I'ma leave him bloody right where he lay. This is the Fighters Replay.